Buckle up, because the loudest, most unstoppable queen in reality TV history is now lying silent in an ICU bed, fighting for her life after a midnight crash that has the entire internet asking, was this really an accident? Or was Jackie Christie targeted to be silenced once and for all? The news dropped like a bombshell. For over 2 decades, Jackie Christie has been the lightning rod of every franchise she's touched. Loud, proud, unfiltered, and unrelenting. Jackie made a name for herself as the woman who would say what others wouldn't, confront what others feared, and walk through fire in heels, all while fiercely protecting her name, her man, and her empire. But now, instead of lighting up the screen or trending for her latest showdown, she's unconscious in an ICU, clinging to life after a car crash that's raising more questions than it answers. Just hours ago, it was celebration. Jackie and her husband, former NBA player Doug Christie, had been reveling in their 30-year wedding anniversary. The couple posted a series of joyful photos and videos to Instagram, smiling at a private rooftop dinner, dancing to their favorite slow jams, and raising a toast to surviving every rumor, every hater, and every betrayal. Jackie, always one for bold declarations, ended one of her stories with a flirty smirk and the words, "Still standing, still unbothered, still unstoppable." But all of that confidence, all that joy, was shattered just a few hours later in the kind of moment you don't come back from easily, if at all. The crash hit was just after midnight. Jackie and Doug were reportedly leaving a private afterparty in downtown LA. Sources say the couple was riding in their black SUV, taking a side street to avoid late-night traffic. Doug was driving. Jackie was in the passenger seat, smiling, scrolling through her phone. Then, without warning, a blacked-out truck came out of nowhere and slammed into the passenger side. Jackie's side, with such force it flipped the vehicle once and spun it into a parked car. Doug was seen screaming for help, attempting to drag his wife from the wreckage, her body bloodied and limp. First responders arrived within minutes and rushed Jackie to Cedars-Sinai's trauma unit. As of the latest update, she remains in critical condition, heavily sedated, with multiple fractures and internal injuries. But it's not just the brutality of the crash that has people talking, it's the chilling details that have fans, conspiracy theorists, and even some media outlets wondering if this was more than just a tragic accident. Was Jackie Christie targeted? Eyewitnesses say the truck that struck them didn't slow down, didn't stop, didn't even hesitate. After making impact, it kept driving, speeding down the street, and vanishing into the night. And here's where things take a dark turn. The truck reportedly had no license plates. None, front or back. Surveillance cameras in the area, which could have captured the crash, were all mysteriously non-operational at the time. A fact that's raising more than a few eyebrows. LAPD has confirmed that the street's main security camera, managed by a third-party private firm contracted by the city, went offline 23 minutes before the crash. No system error, no bad weather, no power outage. Just off. Investigators are now looking into whether the system was hacked or intentionally disabled, so naturally, the question now hanging in the air is chilling. Did someone want Jackie Christie gone? A history of enemies and explosive secrets. This isn't just any celebrity story. Jackie Christie isn't just a reality star, she's a lightning rod in a world where secrets, alliances, betrayals, and money flow behind the scenes. Over the years, Jackie has gone toe-to-toe with producers, fellow cast members, industry insiders, and even powerful executives. And she's never backed down. In fact, just weeks ago, rumors were swirling that Jackie was sitting on a manuscript allegedly containing explosive behind-the-scenes stories from her years in reality TV. Multiple insiders hinted that Jackie had already met with publishers and was in talks to do a limited docuseries based on the material. If true, that could mean she had receipts about everything. So, when you consider her long list of enemies, her unfiltered mouth, and a potential bombshell project in the works, the idea that someone might want to silence Jackie suddenly doesn't seem so far-fetched. Doug Christie, the only witness Doug, who miraculously escaped the crash with only minor injuries, is said to be devastated. A source close to the family told reporters that Doug hasn't left Jackie's bedside since she was admitted, and has already been interviewed by detectives multiple times. He saw everything, the source said. He knows what hit them. He's not stupid, he's scared. He just wants his wife to wake up, but he's also angry. You don't spend 30 years fighting for someone just to have them ripped away in the dark like that. Doug has yet to make a public statement, but fans are watching his social media like hawks. So far, everything is quiet. The internet reacts meanwhile. Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram are in full meltdown mode. Hashtags like hashtag pray for Jackie, hashtag justice for Jackie, and hashtag who hit Jackie are trending globally. True crime TikTokers are already assembling crash maps, comparing streetlight data, and creating deep dive theories about who might be behind the wheel, or the motive behind it all. Some fans believe it's connected to Jackie's rumored book deal. Others think it's a retaliation for an unseen episode or confrontation set to air in an upcoming season. A darker few are whispering about deeper connections, perhaps financial, perhaps tied to something Jackie was never supposed to reveal. Where things stand now as of this moment, LAPD is officially treating the case as a hit and run, but with suspicious circumstances. They're urging anyone with dashcam footage or information to come forward. Meanwhile, Jackie remains sedated but stable, undergoing tests and awaiting surgeries. Doug is refusing to leave the hospital. Their children have flown in. The reality TV world, which once laughed, screamed, and fought with Jackie Christie, is now on pause, waiting, watching, wondering if the queen, who never stayed silent, will once again rise, and if she does, what story she'll tell. Because, if this wasn't an accident, someone's going to wish it had been. Hospital insiders confirm. Jackie is now in a medically induced coma with severe brain swelling, cracked ribs, and doctors fighting to prevent permanent damage. Rumors are swirling that she was carrying sensitive, legal documents tied to an old betrayal that could ruin powerful people, and fans are convinced this was no random crash. It was a ruthless hit to bury those secrets for good. Doug, still bandaged and barely stable, is refusing interviews but was overheard saying, "If Jackie wakes up, we'll expose every name behind this, no matter who it destroys." But will she wake up to tell her side? Or has the reality TV villain everyone loved to hate been silenced forever? The show that made her rich might also be the one that painted a target on her back. But first, Jackie Christie has to wake up. And right now, not even the best doctor in Los Angeles can promise she ever will. If you thought Jackie lying silent in a coma was the darkest twist this scandal could deliver, brace yourself, because what's happening outside that ICU door is making fans swear this wasn't just a car crash. It's starting to look like a carefully staged takedown with secrets so explosive that some people would rather bury them forever than let Jackie survive long enough to talk. First, the truck. The one that turned Jackie's luxury SUV into a mangled death trap. Officially, police say it was an abandoned, stolen vehicle found less than half a mile away. No fingerprints, no plates, no trace of the driver, but an anonymous source within the force leaked screenshots of an internal report to a gossip site. According to that report, the truck's registration linked not to a random car thief, but to a shady transport company that's been on federal watch lists for suspicious cargo smuggling. It gets wilder. The same company has been named in multiple sealed lawsuits involving hush payments and untraceable cash tied to reality TV contract buyouts. Now, one ex-crew member from Basketball Wives is openly hinting online that Jackie may have been digging into old paperwork connected to this very company, and someone wanted her quiet before she found more than gossip. Meanwhile, inside the hospital, the Christie's private security team has tripled in size overnight. According to two nurses who risked their jobs to DM fan accounts, multiple strangers have already tried sneaking onto Jackie's ICU floor posing as medical consultants. Distant cousins, even flower delivery staff. One was caught with a hidden mic taped under their collar. No one knows if they were a rogue journalist or something darker. But after that, Jackie's lawyers got all medical updates sealed by court order. Doug Christie, the man fans once teased for being whipped by Jackie's strong personality, is now the stone pillar holding this house of cards together, with his own arm in a sling and fresh stitches across his jaw. He's refused every interview. "My wife's fight isn't for the cameras. Not this time." But behind the scenes, Doug's resolve is cracking. A cousin who visited says Doug broke down, whispering, "I can't keep her secrets forever. If she doesn't wake up, they'll erase everything she was about to prove." What secrets? Here's where the rumors go nuclear. Longtime Basketball Wives fans know Jackie's life was always half-truth, half-convenient editing. Fights, loyalty, scandals, betrayals, but one storyline never made the final cut. A rumored hush fund created years ago to silence people who knew too much about Doug's side deals and Jackie. The first sign this nightmare wasn't just an accident, dropped like a bomb, at 2 a.m. a notorious gossip channel leaked a single, grainy screenshot and email chain allegedly from Jackie's private account, hinting that she'd been negotiating hush payments with a powerful ex-business partner. The same man fans now believe might be connected to the mystery truck that smashed into her SUV. The moment the email hit the internet, fan theories split in two. Some called Jackie a victim of a calculated hit. Others said she poked the wrong bear and paid the price for trying to outmaneuver people way above her pay grade. Meanwhile, Doug Christie, stitched up arm in a cast, eyes sunken with exhaustion, is watching the media tornado spin completely out of his control. For decades, he was the calm behind Jackie's storm. The steady hand, the loyal husband who never blinked, never strayed, never fueled the flames, even when the fire was everywhere. He stood beside Jackie through scandal after scandal, becoming the rock in what many saw as one of the most unlikely but enduring love stories in reality television history. But now, for the first time, Doug is alone in the spotlight, and it's not for a red carpet or a reunion special. It's because Jackie can't speak, she can't fight, she can't post, she can't spin. And that leaves him as the last line of defense, and the only person left holding truths he never wanted to carry. And it's showing. Photos taken outside Cedars Sinai show a version of Doug the world has never really seen. Shoulders hunched, jaw clenched. His usually smooth, composed demeanor is fractured, as if the weight of what's happening is finally pulling him apart. Behind the sunglasses and bruises, something darker lingers, not just grief, but fear. Because insiders are now revealing what's really happening behind the scenes. Doug Christie is meeting behind locked doors with Jackie's legal team, a private investigator, and two retired NBA veterans with deep roots and deeper connections. The question is, why? Theories are everywhere, but those closest to the situation say the answer lies not in what Doug knows, but what he's just now beginning to uncover. The secrets Jackie left behind. According to one source familiar with the investigation, Doug has been discovering things in the aftermath of the crash files, notes, burner phones, emails, that Jackie kept hidden even from him. Apparently, she had been building something in private, a timeline, a trail, a case, not just gossip, or petty receipts, but evidence, proof of things that could bring down more than just reputations. She was being followed, the source said. She knew it. Doug didn't want to believe it at first, but now he's the one calling meetings. Whatever Jackie was chasing or protecting herself from, she clearly didn't go to the press with it. She kept it close. Too close. And now Doug is left trying to put together a puzzle with missing pieces, while the clock ticks and the danger lingers. The private investigator and the NBA connection. One of the most surprising developments in the past 48 hours has been the quiet arrival of a private investigator with ties to high-profile celebrity cases, someone with experience in deep surveillance, digital tracing, and uncovering planted disinformation. Doug didn't hire a tabloid fixer, said a friend close to the family. He hired a bloodhound, someone to find out who knew Jackie's roots, who hacked those cameras, and who benefits if she doesn't wake up. But that's not all. Two retired NBA players, names not released yet but known for being fiercely loyal to Doug, have reportedly flown in to offer not just emotional support, but connections. Rumor has it one of them now works with security contractors, and the other, well, let's just say he knows how to make problems disappear quietly. Doug's not playing this like a grieving husband. He's playing this like a man in survival mode, protecting a legacy, a woman, and now, possibly, a truth that someone didn't want getting out. What's he protecting? Theories are flying fast. Some believe Jackie was about to go public with a lawsuit tied to a major network, possibly over years of unpaid work, coercion, or buried production misconduct. Others think she had discovered something financial, mismanaged money, fake contracts, or hush funds related to scandals involving multiple cast members and executives. More wild corners of the internet claim Jackie was digging into something even deeper, an alleged incident from over a decade ago involving a castmate that was covered up internally and never made air. If true, and if Jackie had proof, it would be nuclear. Doug, always loyal, might have been in the dark to protect her, but now that he's seen what she was holding on to, he's reportedly not just trying to finish what she started. He's trying to make sure he survives doing it. The pressure cooker. Doug has always been known as the guy who handled pressure, on the court, at home, in front of cameras. He was the man who took the hits so Jackie could shine. But this is different. This isn't a reunion fight or a PR misfire. This is real life, real danger, and real consequences. The media's watching his every move. Fans are split, some calling for him to go live and speak out, others urging him to stay silent and keep her safe. But it's not public pressure that's breaking Doug down. It's the weight of knowing there might be people actively trying to bury Jackie's story permanently. Multiple reports suggest that Doug has already received veiled threats, anonymous texts, strange cars parked near the house, calls, with no voice on the line. It's unclear if police are treating this as intimidation, but the timing hasn't gone unnoticed. He started using a different phone, changed his hotel twice, and according to a source, he asked one of the NBA vets to install private surveillance in Jackie's hospital room. Not because he thinks they'll hurt her, the source said, but because he thinks they'll try to steal something, a device, a flash drive, whatever she had with her that night. So what now? Doug Christie is at a crossroads. He can retreat into silence, protect Jackie's privacy, and wait to see if she wakes up, hoping the crash was just a freak accident. Or he can dig deeper, push forward, and risk making enemies out of people who've spent years hiding in the shadows of a glittering, chaotic industry. Either way, the clock is ticking. As the headlines swirl and conspiracy boards light up. 1. Truth remains. The woman known for never staying silent is now fighting for her life, unable to speak. And the man who stood beside her all these years, quiet in her wake, may now be the only one who can finish what she started, or die trying. Because a bombshell rumor just dropped. The files Jackie carried that night weren't just basketball, wives, dirt. They allegedly contained evidence of backdoor deals implicating corporate sponsors, hush money for ex-lovers, and off-the-books payouts from a failed sports charity. If true, this stuff could drag big names into courtrooms, bankrupt a few clean brands, and leave more than one castmate exposed as a liar. And just when you think it can't get darker, another leak. Jackie's coma is deeper than anyone officially admits. Doctors now fear a persistent vegetative state if the brain swelling doesn't go down. The world knows her for that sharp tongue and unstoppable energy. But nurses whisper her brain scans look grim. One family source claimed Doug was overheard, asking a priest, "Should I let her rest, or keep fighting for a body without her soul?" That one line alone sent Twitter into meltdown. Outside the hospital, pandemonium, paparazzi brawl with security. Fans clash with haters screaming karma. From behind barricades, candles, balloons, and handwritten posters now cover the sidewalk. Wake up, Jackie. Justice for Jackie. Tell the truth, Doug. Some trolls have already spray-painted signs calling her a fraud. Proof that even did Jackie Christie still polarizes a crowd better than any scripted TV fight ever could. Then, just when people thought the headlines couldn't get nastier, Doug's lawyer dropped a subtle nuke. In a cryptic statement. He confirmed Doug has given emergency authorization to release relevant documentation if circumstances deteriorate further. Translation for the internet: if Jackie dies, or slips into permanent brain death, the vault opens, and every name she planned to protect will be on blast within minutes. Hashtags flip from #PrayForJackie to #WhoDidJackie exposed to make it worse. A rogue fan account posted an audio snippet allegedly recorded from an inside hospital staff meeting. A doctor says flat out, legally, they can't hide the cause anymore. There's more than an accident here. The authorities know. The clip was deleted in seconds, but downloaded by thousands. Fan pages reposted it with slow-motion captions, asking, what do they know? Who do they know? Meanwhile, back at the crash site, local reporters claim they've found the missing piece. A newly surfaced traffic cam clip shows not just the mystery truck, but a black sedan tailing Jackie's SUV seconds before impact. Experts now believe the sedan brake-checked Jackie's SUV, forcing it to slow down, setting up the perfect kill shot for the truck to smash the passenger side. Classic double-tap hit maneuver, the kind used by organized crime, not drunk truck drivers. Police refuse to confirm or deny. They keep repeating the same line. No suspects at this time. Investigation ongoing. Fans are furious. Even mild haters admit someone tried to bury her alive in plain sight. Through all this, one person remains invisible, yet more powerful than ever: Jackie herself. Her silence is deafening, a void where fans are used to endless rants, selfies, and shady outs. For years, people joked that she'd film her own funeral if she could. But now, that unstoppable reality queen lies under a tangle of tubes and machines, her hair shaved, for emergency surgery. Her fingers twitching sometimes, not at all. Every beep on the ICU monitor fuels a million questions. Will she ever open her eyes? If she does, will Jackie even remember the dirt she nearly died for? Or did whoever planned this gamble on coma brain damage, doing what threats never could, shut her up for good? And then there's Doug. Insiders say he hasn't left the hospital in days, except for short lawyer meetings and tearful calls to Jackie's mother. Some claim he's even sleeping in a recliner chair near her bed, refusing to let anyone else stand guard. He knows the second Jackie wakes up. If she does, the game flips. One nurse overheard him whispering, "Baby, come back. Say it yourself. Let them hear it from you, not from my mouth." Because Doug knows the moment he leaks the files himself, he becomes target number 2. But silence. Silence means watching the love of his life fade, while the truth stays buried. As this storm rages on, basketball wives, fans, celebrity bloggers, and scandal junkies are glued to every update, every blurry hospital photo, every cryptic tweet. Some are rooting for Jackie's miracle. Some are praying for the vault to crack open and drag every liar down with her secrets. And some just want one last confession from the reality TV villain they never could stop watching. They love to hate, but was she playing the game? Or was the game playing her? One thing's for sure, this story is far from over. If Jackie Christie survives, the entire Basketball Wives franchise could crumble under the weight of what she's ready to expose. And if she doesn't, then the world will watch Doug Christie, the quiet king behind the loudest queen, decide whether revenge is worth becoming the next headline. So buckle up, because whether Jackie wakes up or not, someone's about to pay for the secrets that almost killed her, and this time, no scripted reunion or fake apology is going to clean up the mess. Now the question is yours to answer. Was Jackie Christie's crash just bad luck? Or did someone powerful want her silenced for good? Drop your wildest theories in the comments, name names, spill your conspiracies, and don't hold back. If you want every shocking update the second it breaks, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications right now. Because trust me, the day Jackie opens her eyes, half of reality TV might burn to the ground. And you do not want to miss who falls next. Cue music.